Whenever the seasons change, I always feel the urge to get a few things to kind of like revamp my wardrobe. And I've had my eye on a couple of these pieces for a while, so I figured it was time to do a little haul. Today we are doing an affordable Amazon spring clothing haul. We have some dresses, some potential hits, and some potential misses based on what I've already taken out of this package. But someone's gotta be the one to try these things. We have some Boleros, some tops, and I'm excited to see what works and what doesn't. So without further ado, let's get right into trying these on. Should we start with the things that I know are gonna be good or the things that are questionable? Maybe let's start off strong. So we're going to start off with some tops from PUMIEY. Some of you guys may know, but PUMIEY is an Amazon brand that does a lot of really great stretchy bodysuits. As someone with a very long torso, it's usually hard for me to wear bodysuits, but their fabrics are so soft and stretchy that they're not uncomfortable at all. But still, sometimes you're just not in the mood for a bodysuit. When I saw that they're now coming out with tops that basically are the exact same as their bodysuits, except no bodysuit section, I knew I had to try. So I've actually already tried this one on. I got a size small originally, but it was a little bit loose, so I ended up sizing down to an extra small, and I'll show both sizes just so you guys can get an idea. Basically this one, I just loved the color. They have a lot of really great neutrals, but it's also fun to like play with some bright colors. You guys know I love color. We just have a classic scoop neck tank. It's made of a double thickness fabric and it's super soft and super stretchy. It's almost like an ultra stretchy like legging material, but they make it into these tops. And I feel like they can really be dressed up or down. This one is a little bit scooped in the front, a little bit higher in the back, and they're about like a hip length. So they're not cropped, but they're also not like super long tanks that are gonna go over your hips. For me, I really love this length, so let's try this one on. Okay, so here's the extra small. I definitely think this one is a lot better fitting. This fabric just has so much stretch to it that really, when in doubt, I would go with your smaller size. See, we have this scoop neck. Luckily, my bra underneath is not poking out or anything. It's always nice to be able to wear a bra under a top. I hate constantly having to figure out like how to go with a strapless bra or like, you know, some kind of creative method to not wear a bra. So I like that mine's hiding underneath. Definitely we'll have to like layer it under the straps. The straps are thick enough that it's hiding it, but they can definitely slip down a little bit. Not that they're sliding off, but they just might not be in the exact same place as your bra strap. I love how much stretch the fabric has. It also retains its shape really well. I just threw on my favorite little jean shorts. These are just the Abercrombie Curve Love shorts. They're the best. And it kind of hits right to the top of the waistband there. Like I said, I really like the length of these. They're not cropped, but they're also not super long. It definitely goes a little bit below. So we will just show exactly how far it goes down. If it doesn't interfere with the shorts, it would go a little bit underneath, but these are an ultra high rise for the jeans, so that makes sense. And then the back, you can see it's just a little bit less scooped there. Also like sweat wicking and breathable. I'm gonna go ahead and try on the small so you can see that, but definitely recommend these tops. I'm definitely going to be buying more styles. All right, and here is the small, and it just isn't snug enough around this bottom area. It's just a little bit too much space for me. So it depends what look you're going for. For me, with this kind of ultra stretchy material, I just think it's meant to be snug, like especially the bodysuits. They're not meant to have any bagginess. So to have bagginess in the shirt here, I just don't like that. I also find that the straps fall down a little bit more in the size small here. So I would recommend sizing down. I really don't think it would be too tight to get on just given how stretchy these are, but I hope this kind of helps with the sizing. Second PUMIEY top, we'll just do both right off the bat. I just thought it would be really nice to have like a classic white t-shirt. It's not a bodysuit, it's just a tee. But again, they have these nice double thickness fabrics, so it's gonna be a lot more opaque than just like a really thin, like classic baby tee style. This one is also a scoop neck. I believe they have crew necks too, but this one's just a little bit scooped. Kind of shorter cap sleeves. And this one is also a small. I ordered smalls initially because that's what I wear in their bodysuits, but this one may be a little bit big if it fits like the last one. So let's try it on. Okay, here's this top, and it's surprisingly hard to find like really good quality basics that aren't like crazy expensive. Like I'll get brands emailing me that have literally like $90 t-shirts, and I'm like, let's be real for a second. No. So this is just like my ideal little staple short sleeve white top, and I just love it. So we can see that the fabric is double thickness here, so stretchy, but you can definitely see the difference within the sleeves. The sleeves are single thickness and the body's a double thickness. It's not sheer at all. I'm wearing a nude bra under this, but if it was sheer, you'd be able to see it. Like this is very opaque. First of all, the fabric is nice. Second of all, the double thickness. I love the scoop neck. It's perfect amount of scooped. Sometimes tops are so scooped that you're like risking seeing your bra underneath. This, I'm not risking any of that, but it's still a flattering little detail. Little cap sleeve. sleeves. This is a size small, and I feel like it looks okay. In the small, it looks better than the tank top did. So let me know in the comments down below what you think. But I think this is totally fine. In the small, I probably wouldn't recommend sizing down. In this one, unless you want it to be ultra snug, but this I almost feel is more like baby tee style. It's not that same like bodysuit look. And again, it's kind of hip length. It's reaching a little bit over the top of my jean waistband here. And then the back is full coverage, very simple. Just a great little staple. Again, I think this comes in a lot of fun colors too. Just a good little basic to have. And I've been wearing my PUMIEY bodysuits forever because I love how they feel and how they style. And I just feel like it's really nice to now have them in a non-bodysuit version. So I'm not always stuck with a bodysuit because sometimes they can be annoying. Since we're on the topic of bodysuits, this one I've actually had sitting in my closet for a while and I just have never really tried it. One of you guys actually recommended it to me on Instagram, or not really recommended it. You were just like, can you try this? And I was like, oh, that looks cute. So we're giving it a try. The brand is QINSEN, and I actually just tried one of their bodysuits. Wasn't a huge fan of the bodysuit, but that's because it was like trying to be fitness, but also like didn't really have any elements of a fitness piece. But this bodysuit I thought was super cute. It has this little like bustier type detail, those little like princess seams, this wide neckline here. And it is a thong bodysuit. That is my preferred bodysuit style. I'm always wearing thongs anyway. I just find them more comfortable. And I also prefer not to have underwear lines. So I like that this is not going to give me any underwear lines. It's made of a lightweight, sleek performance material. We have the long sleeves, and then the back is full coverage. We'll see if I can wear a bra under this. It might be peeping a little too low, but at least with the closed back, you can hide most bra straps under that. So let's try it on. Okay, so not looking good. We're wearing a bra under this one, which is just such a bummer because if I could just wear a bra under this, I would have worn it like a million times by this point. So we have this kind of sleeker performance style material here. It is a thong back. It's pretty narrow up the front too, but I do wear underwear underneath these, so it's not causing me any problems. But if you're like a little bit wider down there, maybe beware. The leg line also comes up like pretty high on these. It comes up above my underwear line, and my underwear is kind of like mid-rise. So unless you're wearing like a high-waisted pair of bottoms, it may not hide very well underneath it. I'm definitely feeling like it's true to size. I don't think I should size up or down. The sleeves are also nice and long too. Plenty long for me. The only thing I will say is definitely the low cutness of this top may be partially due to it not being as long torso friendly. I'm not feeling a ton of discomfort down there, but if you have a shorter torso, it might come up a little bit more. I do really love the details on this top though. I think it's really cute, very subtle. And then we can see in the back here, it is full coverage. I'm going to try to take the bra off and do like a little like cup pad situation, see if I can figure something out. I tried to throw on my cakes. I've talked about these a couple times, I think, but I recently tried these. They're basically like adhesive bust pads that aren't sticky. They just kind of like adhere to your body heat, and I've been loving them for the gym. I have those on, and it's still pretty low cut for me. My cakes are trying to like peek out a little bit, and I even tried to put them on like the lower side so that they wouldn't interfere. And I just am not getting any support or lift, obviously, because I'm not wearing a bra. So I'd say this top is super cute if you're not really looking for support, you don't really need support, you don't mind going braless. But if you're a larger bust and you like having that support and you want to be able to wear a bra under it, then this is not the one, which is such a bummer because it is super cute. I think this one's gonna be a no for me. Okay, next we're going to try some dresses. So I keep getting these dresses, not necessarily in advertisements, but they like keep popping up on my Amazon under like things you may like or like also popular kind of things. And a couple of these dresses, they looked almost like a fitness dress, like a workout dress. So I was hoping maybe they would have like some support in them or something, or some shorts, I don't know. Just like a little bit more sweat friendly than like a regular dress, just because spring turns into summer pretty quick. It was like 90 degrees here yesterday. So sometimes you just want something kind of breathable. Anyways, this dress is also from QINSEN, which I did not realize. I don't know if I'm saying that right. QINSEN. There's no U, so I don't know. But first of all, loved the baby blue of this. I got a size small, and unfortunately there is no built-in bra, but it still is kind of a more sweat wicking fabric. So we have this kind of athletic material. It's lined with a little bit of mesh. It has this almost like sweetheart, almost kind of squared off neck detail. It looks like it's more of like a fitted upper body and then kind of like an A-line style. A little slit on the lower left side. And again, full coverage in the back. Maybe I'll be able to wear a bra under this and it'll be okay. And then we also have long sleeves. So I just thought this looked kind of cute. This one feels like pretty nice weight fabric, so let's try it on. We have some pros and cons here. First of all, I think the top is super flattering. It's nice and snug up here, so it's really defining the waist well, which is nice. It's got this almost like sweetheart wide neck detail seems to be a common theme with this brand, that all of their necklines are very wide. This is the same brand of that jumpsuit I tried recently and of that bodysuit, and it's all just super wide. I'm wearing my less coverage of my two like everyday bras, and we're still getting a little bit of show through of this bra. It's kind of peeping out the top here. The straps are kind of peeping out. Personally, I know this would annoy me if I was trying to wear this out and about. That's one reason that I'm a little hesitant about this one. The sleeves are pretty snug on this. Not too snug because they are stretchy, but just keep in mind it's more of a snug sleeve look. The sleeves are nice and long though. They can go over my wrist if I want them to. I do like the material of this. It's almost kind of like that PUMIEY bodysuit material. It's like a nice dense stretchy fabric. And then if we go more of a full length view, I should have known based on the images, but this as a tall girl is just a little bit too short for me. It kind of like barely covers my butt in the back, which I feel like a lot of brands make these really short dresses. Then if you have a butt, it kind of lifts everything up a little bit. So you need a little bit of extra length to make sure your butt's covered, because if I leaned over, the cheeks would be out. So that's not really what I'm looking for. I think the title of this dress on Amazon, they called it a bodycon. I wouldn't necessarily consider it bodycon because the top is snug and the bottom is like a little bit more of an A-line, but it's kind of right between bodycon and A-line. Like it's not really flared and it's not super out there. Definitely still a slim fitting dress. We have the little slit here. I've always been curious about these dresses. I've always really wanted to try them. I'd say if you're on the shorter side and you are okay maybe not wearing a bra, you might be okay not wearing a bra under this. Maybe I'll try without a bra because it's pretty compressive. Like maybe it'll hold me. We'll see. But definitely if you're on the taller side or if you don't like super short dresses, probably not the one. But the color is super cute. I feel like, who is it? Cinderella that wears this color? Okay, so here it is without the bra. Honestly, with the compression in the double thickness fabric up here, it actually kind of contains you pretty well. So it doesn't have a built-in bra, but if you are not super concerned with support, you can definitely get away with going braless with this. The fabric's a little bit thicker. The compression just kind of keeps you in there. So that's definitely nice. I just wish maybe it had some built-in shorts or it was a little bit longer, and then it would be something that I would keep. But for now, for me, this is just not something I see myself wearing, so I'll be returning. And these next dresses are where it gets a little bit questionable. So I took a bit of a risk and bought some dresses that looked cute, and they were under that like things you may like tab of Amazon or whatever, but they had very minimal reviews, and starting to realize why. So this is the first dress, and from afar it may look okay, but if you look up close you can tell like the stitching quality on this, and the fabric is just like very, very cheap. So you can just see like a lot of these little stitch details just look very unfinished, especially where this comes together. Like that just doesn't look very nice. And this wasn't like that cheap. This is like $30. You can definitely get better quality for $30. And just like a lot of the like stitching up here just like doesn't look great. The thread they use like doesn't even really match the color of the dress. Some things are kind of off about this one, and I just kind of thought this would be more of like a ruche front detail, but this just looks very cheap. So the fabric is not too bad. It's definitely more of an athletic material again, but it's not an athletic dress, so there's no shorts, there's no built-in bra or anything. We'll give this one a try. We'll see. Okay, I'm honestly so bummed that this one just like feels kind of cheap because the fit of it could have been so good. The top fits, I'm fully covered, I can wear a bra under it, and I don't see my bra straps poking out or anything. The length is also better on this one. Like I feel like my butt is a lot more covered, even though it doesn't have like a built-in short or anything like that. It just feels better. It's just disappointing that the quality just isn't there on this one. I just still feel like all of these seams up in the front area, they just feel kind of cheap. It just feels like I get some fabric gathering where I shouldn't. Other than that, we have again just a single lining in this one, so there's no double lining, although the fabric feels pretty similar externally to that blue dress. It's still a nice sweat wicking fabric, but this one I'd be a little bit more concerned about going braless with because it doesn't have that extra mesh lining. And then I think this one is a little bit flowier in the bottom than the last one too. It's not quite skimming my figure like quite as much. This one, like you really could go either way. Like if you wore this dress, I don't think anyone would be like, oh, that looks super cheap. But if you really look up close at the details, it's just not worth the $30 for me, but it's close. It had potential. And then there's this dress. I cannot believe that this dress is actually being sold. The worst part is this dress doesn't even have that bad of reviews. It has like 25 reviews, which is not very many, but it is 3.9 stars. And this has to be some of the cheapest material I've ever seen. This dress does not look anything like the photos. The photos look like a nice thick quality, like athletic material that gives some structure. This material has absolutely zero structure. It feels like a Halloween costume fabric, like that cheap, basically single-use fabric. All right, we have a special guest. Pinto, would you like to say hi to everyone? He's on his way over to his little cat tree where he likes to hang out where I film. This dress was also like $25, which again is affordable compared to a lot of other brands, but still it's not nothing. Like this probably cost all of like $2 to make, maybe. The fabric is so sheer, like we can probably see me through it. Yep, there I am. So anyways, we'll give it a try. But I took this out of the package and was immediately so disappointed. It also took a long time to come. A little bit questionable on this one. I didn't think that it could be any worse than what I thought, but it's so much worse. First of all, you know, sizing, not bad. I'd say true to size. We have this scooped neckline here, again, showing the bra straps, not ideal for me. And the length, definitely too short. Now that we've gotten all that out of the way, this is so sheer. You can see that it's double lined up at the top and the bottom is single lined. And if it's just slightly pulled against my skin here, you can see my nude underwear underneath it, which like I would never even come close to a legging that would show this much. Why would I want that in a dress? Just why? It's also very short, barely covering the cheeks in the back. So personally, I would need something a little bit longer. The sleeves, like I don't really think the sleeves need to be double lined, but if it's going to be this sharp of a contrast between the double lining, like the bright white of the top and the sleeve, you probably should just double line it. And then lastly, I don't really understand why, but it has a little slit down here and it just has this extra little seam down the front that's not on this side. Like I wonder if this other one had that. I guess the blue dress did have the seam, but for some reason it was less prominent and didn't like stick out to me as much. But yeah, I think this might be some of the worst fabric that I've put on my body in a long time. It feels so awful. It's like itchy, it's wrinkly, it's just horrible. So, you know, we haven't had a good Amazon flop in a while. So here we are. And we'll do the last dress. This dress I bought because I thought maybe I would wear this to a bridal shower that I had that was kind of like pink, Eastery floral theme. And unfortunately the fabric, again, super thin, super flimsy, just not really what I was looking for. And I did buy this a couple weeks ago. Now it has 16 reviews and 3.1 stars. So here's your reminder to read the reviews. I feel like there's often a lot of hype around like affordable Amazon clothing, like, oh my gosh, it's just as good as this like high-end brand, but you really have to be careful because not every brand is good. Not every brand is selling reasonable things. It might be the same price as something that is decent, but that does not mean that it is good. And this dress was $40. Like we are almost reaching like Abercrombie prices, I feel like, or like Lulu's, like maybe on sale. And the fabric is just so thin. So I thought this one was cute because it had this little almost like corset detail in the front with these little tie straps. It'll be easier to see when it's on. It does have a zipper up the side. It's also super short. I definitely need slightly longer dresses for myself personally, but let's try it on. I didn't think it could get any worse than the last dress. But this, it's like they made a dress and just never tried it on a single human because I can't see this ever fitting anyone. The straps are so short on this and I tighten all of my straps. So the fact that these are so short, this is the underbust and this is my underbust. We are inches off. We're not even close. So I don't understand how this would fit anyone unless you literally have like the most microscopic shoulders to ever exist. And it's simultaneously like small but big, like the straps. Tiny. This bust area that just kind of floating up here because it's completely above my bust, also tiny. But then the ribcage area, I have like inches of extra space. Honestly, the 3.9 stars that this has on Amazon is generous. The fabric is so thin, wrinkly, flimsy, like not in like a way that you could probably like get the wrinkles out. Like this fabric is just not good. And not that we really even care about the back at this point, but it's short. I thought it was gonna be like unwearable short. I probably would be okay in this length, maybe a little bit short, but that's not the worst thing about this one. I would say this would teach us to read the reviews, but at 3.9 stars, that's like not too bad. Like if I was reading a book, 3.9 stars, I'd be like, you know, readable, right? But this is not wearable. So 1 star for me. And lastly, we have some fun Boleros. I have been loving this little Bolero shrug trend recently. Again, I'm very easily influenced by trends. If you asked me a year and a half ago, I would have said, absolutely not. These are not coming back. But now I just love them. I believe the brand is Famulily, something like that. But basically they have a bunch of different colors of these little like sweatshirt shrugs. And my favorite way to wear this is to the gym to give a little bit of warmth, you know, just like some sleeves. Like I said, it's getting a little warm here. I like to have like a little bit of a warm warm-up layer, but sometimes you don't want like a full sweatshirt or even a cropped sweatshirt. It's nice that you can just like throw these on and you don't have to pull anything on over your head. So I like these so much that I have 3 colors. I have this heather gray, I have white, and I have black. And they're made of like a classic fleece-lined sweatshirt material, so super cozy, soft. There is a little bit of a ribbed lining around the neck area. And then we have some slouchy sleeves and little thumb holes as well. Like I said, I do wear these as a layering piece to the gym a lot, but I think with like a casual pair of jeans, maybe like a little tank top or something like that, this could be a good like casual outfit. Let's try it on. Okay, I actually felt like this would be a cute outfit to wear the little shrugs with. This is the heather gray. Definitely like a little like kind of grout fit vibe. If you could find like a little like built-in bra tank and like some like gray sweatpants to wear with this, I feel like this would be so cute. This is a size small. They are true to size, but they have a good amount of extra space and the sleeves are like nice and long too. So they have this little like slouchy look that I like. I believe it's 100% cotton polyester blend. They don't have any stretch to them, but they don't really need to. This little rib section though, this does have stretch as well as the ribbed cuffs. And as I said before, we do have thumb holes. They're not the biggest thumb holes, so I can't really get like my whole thumb through them, but it's enough. And they have long enough sleeves that you can just kind of put a little bit of thumb through and it still kind of gives you that, you know, over the hands look. And then in the back here, it goes about to like my mid back, a little bit below my bra band. It's not like the most minimal coverage in the back. It still gives you a little bit, but it's definitely cropped shrug length. And the inside is just so soft and cozy. It's got that soft sweatshirt fleece feel. I'll try on the other colors super quick. We have the white. This one I've been wearing a lot to the gym just because I feel like white goes with a lot of things. So again, similar fit, just the only difference is that the gray had like a heathered marl texture. The black and white, the sizing is the exact same. They're just a fully solid fabric. So this is white. And lastly, we have the black. I'm definitely gonna try to style these with more like casual outfits too. I feel like this could be really cute over like a bodysuit or something as well, like a jumpsuit style, like fitness jumpsuit thing. And lastly, we have one more Bolero. I've been getting so much use out of this one. This is like a little cardigan shrug Bolero. It's this like cozy knit, and I just love this because I struggle to find things to layer over like cute flirty dresses. I love like a nice little sundress moment, but it can be hard to find something to layer over it if you're like chronically cold like me. Like I always need to bring something to cover my arms, like if I'm like out at a restaurant or something. And this is just the perfect amount. It's a little bit of back coverage, like usually that goes to like the bottom of, you know, where my back is exposed from the dress, but it doesn't really interfere with the outfit. Like you just kind of throw on some little like cozy sleeves and that's it. Like it's not like, it doesn't hide your waist, it doesn't like overwhelm the look. It's just a little touch of warmth. I love this one. I probably should get it in another color. This is like the cream color. Let's try it on. Okay, I feel like I'm doing this shrug a disservice by trying it on with this dress, but this was the dress that I planned to wear it with. Anyways, this is the size small. It's definitely like kind of off the shoulder, very wide neck style. It may kind of slip off the shoulders a little bit, but I feel like that's part of the look, that it kind of like goes flat around there, just like a little off the shoulder. It's just sleeves, you know? But you can definitely pull it up and around to make it stay a little better. We definitely have these nice like oversized sleeves, so it's very slouchy look. And even though it was pretty affordable, like the quality of the cable knit is really not bad. If it was tighter, I think it would feel a little bit hotter, but because there's extra space in the sleeves, I feel like this is like the perfect little spring sweater cover up. It has little cuffs at the end of the sleeves here, and then you can see in the back, this one's definitely shorter if you pull it up than the little sweatshirt shrug, but it still hits right about like the middle of my bra band back there. And then if you kind of wear it a little bit more off the shoulder, it's gonna hit a little bit more like mid to low back. I love this little sweater. I think it's so cute. It's so like cottagecore, if you will. But I've been getting a lot of use out of this and definitely am thinking about picking up some more colors. That is everything. Definitely my top picks are those Boleros. Really just depends what your vibe is. I honestly wear both these sweatshirt one and the sweater one all the time, depending on what I'm doing. Obviously the dresses are gonna be skips. I was really excited for those dresses, guys. I took a little bit of a risk. I bought a lot of them and they just were not what I was thinking. So maybe I should do my due diligence and do some Amazon reviews warning people that they're probably not the quality that they are advertising, which, you know, it's a risk you take on Amazon. Luckily they have good returns, so I will be able to return these. And then the PUMIEY tanks, love those. I saw that they have some cute other styles, so I'm definitely going to to be picking up a few more of those. That is just like my summer uniform, like a little PUMIEY bodysuit or tank with some jean shorts, a little Bolero, like we're done. I just love simple outfits because I usually leave myself minimal time to get ready or like to change into an outfit. So if I can have something that's quick, easy to put together. If you have any video requests, please leave them in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.